Day 12 of the 30-day challenge, where I take the entire month of September to work on my 7th issue of my comic series, I Never Forgot. And today has been just a tedious and long one. For some ungodly reason, I decided to get the Kickstarter ready for issue 6. What that means is I have to scan in issue 6, put it on the drives, put it on the internet, get files set up and whatnot, scan everything in, and build this Kickstarter campaign, which has taken me most of the day today. Haven't worked on any pages for issue 7. The thing with this 30-day challenge is it's all or nothing. I can skip a few days and not get some things done. I've been telling you guys about the YMB Comics podcast, Your Mother's Basement, that I moderate every Sunday night. And I wanted to share a little clip from last night's. I'll link it in the cue cards and down below last night's video. But I wanted to give you a little preview of what it's like, and I also wanted to share a heartfelt message from one of the main guys. He lost a friend last week, and they skipped last week because of this. He does a better job of explaining the whole thing, so I think I'm going to keep the links relatively clear today. I'll link to that YMB. I will also link to the donation page. You'll see what that's about. If you can, I humbly ask you to donate if you can. I'm a comic artist. I don't make a lot of money. I can't donate, but I can signal boost it. Even with my Kickstarters, all I do is ask for enough money to get the books printed so I can get them to the people that have been reading it and new people to the series. But with that being said, love you guys, and I will check in with you tomorrow for day 13 of 30 days. Making issue 7. Love you guys, and I'll catch you tomorrow.
Tonight's rage was number 2, because I was at number 1 when I was like belligerently drunk and I said, I'm gonna fucking burn Marvel to the ground. Like, I put all my Cersei shoes, but that shade you were throwing at the artist of the beauty, the shade.
I'm so mad about it.
The shade.
The beauty, that first volume is probably one of the best reads I've had in a long time.
They just cut my fucking chest open with that one.
Amanda feels about the beauty the way I feel about what Civil War is doing to my only 3 Marvel titles. Like,
yeah. So can I talk really quickly about why I missed last week?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Because it's actually going to be a good thing. One, I wanted to throw it out there because everyone knows that I lost a friend last week. It was a really close friend. And one, I just wanted to throw all the love out there for everyone who was like, and Savannah and Ian were big and kind of like really crucial for me getting through my week last week, even though I wasn't really around. But like also like messages that I was getting from Neil and Ox and a lot of other people, just like making sure I was okay. And I really wanted to say, 1, I love you guys, and I really appreciated that. 2, the reason I'm going to talk about this is because I'm going to ask you guys to literally donate some money. I never do this. Last week I lost my friend Judy. And Judy, I'm 36 now. I've known Judy since I was 18 or 19, and she was someone who used to come into the restaurant that I used to work at when I was a kid who just dropped out of college. And she turned out to be the catalyst for why I have some of the best friendships in my life today. She was the one that would always come in on her lunch break with her girlfriends because they worked over at the mat counter and I worked at a restaurant. And she had tattoos and I was just starting to get tattoos, and we started talking about music, and her friends were not like catty bitches, so they were really nice to me. And she's the reason when I finally turned 21 of legal drinking age, she started inviting me out to a lot of places where a lot of punk bands were playing, and I was playing in punk bands. And from that's how I met some of, like today, my best friends are because of her. And I'll just do it right now. My friend Johnny Scott, my friend Big Dan, all those guys that I got to, like, I mean, it's the reason why I got to play in a band with, like, the guys from Jughead's Revenge. And it was all crucial, and because of her, and I am genuinely 100% honest when I say that I am the person I am today because of my friendships and the people that I know in my life. And I do have one of the biggest, strongest cores of a group of friends that any person could ever hope for. Like, truthfully, if I didn't meet her when I was 18, I wouldn't know Savannah today. Like, that's how much she affects my life. She was 44. She had no signs of health problems. She was vegan. She was super healthy. Dropped dead of a heart attack and had 100% blockage in one of the main valves of her heart. So that came as a huge shock. It hit us all very hard, especially with our group of friends and how tight and close-knit and how we'd all grown up together. She was sickeningly happily married. She also had a 6-year-old son named Asher. And if you can check my Twitter out, she was amazing. Like, she worked for CNN. She was a cosmetologist for them, or a makeup artist for them. And I wasn't at the ER, but from what I know, everyone at CNN was there when they got the news. Like, my friend just came back and told me, like, Dr. Drew was there, and all the hosts of all the shows on CNN were at the emergency room, like, hoping that she pulls together, and they did a bunch of amazing on-air memorials for her. So I'll kind of post, those are on my Twitter, and I'll kind of post those, so you can kind of get an idea of just how much she was loved. And I'm not ashamed to take my little corner of my comic book universe and talk about how amazing of a woman she was. And I want you guys to kind of experience that too. The other thing, there's a GoFundMe for her son Asher, who's only 6, and I'm going to put that down in the links in the description below. And you don't have to say who you are. You don't have to say anything. You can just anonymously, $5, $10, whatever you got. And if you donate to her son and his future, I would love you, and it would be eternally grateful for it, because she was that amazing of a woman, and I think it's the least I could do. So that's what I missed last week for. I love her very, very much. I'm going to miss her, and it just kind of sucks, because there are times when I've lost friends from illness and sickness, and you kind of prepare yourself, and it's okay. And I also feel really selfish dealing with my feelings of how it affects me, and so I'm trying to, like, change that and turn it inward to do something good with it. But it is another thing when it was just sudden, and I wasn't prepared for that, like you usually are with death. So I love you, Judy, and I'm going to put the description down below, the GoFundMe, so you can go help her son out, because she was amazing, and she deserves it. So I just kind of want to tell you guys I love you, and I'd always never waste a time to tell people in your life who are important to you that you love them. Also, I'm going to take that opportunity. Ian, I love you with all my heart. You're one of my favorite people. I'm glad I get to do this with you. Savannah, thank you for supporting me with everything that we do in our little comic community. I love you very much. And I know it sounds dumb, but our little YMB family community, I love you guys. And I get glad that I'm here Sundays to do this. So just go and share that love with the other people in your life. Alrighty?
That is perfect.
Yeah.